Hi guys, and welcome to today's training. So this is a walkthrough of Meta Business. Now, I will just say that I'm not going to take you through the whole of the Meta Business suite. There will be further in-depth training on specific bits that you need within Meta Business later on when you graduate and you go through to the School of Marketing. So what I'm going to show you now is just the basics of what you need for your advertising campaigns and where you are going to be essentially running your business from. So the first thing that we are going to do is just go into the Meta Business Suite, and this is the back end of Facebook. Now, you can either access this through your personal Facebook page. So if you go along to the left-hand side, if you go down to see more options, you'll see that there is an icon there for Meta Business Suite. So you can access it through that link there, or you can go to business.facebook.com and you can access your account this way. So what I'm going to do now is just share my screen with you and just walk you through some of the settings. So when you go onto your Meta Business Suite, this will be the first page that you are presented with. And there isn't too much that we need to do with this page. So, I mean, have a little look. You can just see it gives you a little update as to what's going on with Facebook followers, Instagram followers, just gives you a little to-do list. It's got some suggestions for things like weekly planning and things like that. If you want to take advantage of that, then you can, but you don't have to. There's not a lot that I do with this front page here. But what we are going to do now is just focus on the left-hand side, and absolutely everything that you need is in this all tools option. Now, there's a lot going on in this menu, so don't be too overwhelmed. We're not going to deep dive into absolutely everything. The one place that we need to go to and that you'll be checking in most of the time is your ads manager. And this is where everything is controlled with your ad campaigns. You will be running your business from this section here. So we're just going to click to go through and just let that upload. Now, the first thing that you want to do is just to make sure that you are looking at the right ad account. So if you click on this drop down here, I'm already in the correct account, but if you are in your personal account, for example, you just want to click to see more accounts, and you're most likely just going to have your personal account and then the ad account that you've created for this business. So just make sure that you are clicked on the right one. And what you'll be presented with is an overview of your account. Now, you can see I have quite a few ads in draft at the moment, and so not much is showing in terms of results, but this is going to give you an overview of what's happened in the last 7 days. If you have any ads that are live, it will give you results. It tells you up at the top here the amount that you've spent in the last 7 days on your ad. Again, mine are in draft at the moment, so that's showing up as 0. And it also gives you the percentage of your ads in their learning phase. So this is at the very beginning when you set your ad, and Meta is trying to understand and gather information and get in there with the algorithm and your audience and bring that data back to you. It's called a learning phase, as Meta is trying to learn where's best to place your ad. So here it will give you a percentage of where that ad is at currently in its learning phase. And then what we're going to do is go over to the menu at the left. And you can see here, as I said, we're on the account overview at the moment. We're going to go to campaigns in a minute. And there's a few other tabs as well. If you click on audience, there's going to be an option here to create custom audiences, to create lookalike audiences, but this is the bit where School of Marketing will go into much further detail with these. So we don't need to click on these for the moment. If you go over to advertising settings, again, this is pretty much just as it says. It is the settings for your advertising. And again, you can just have a little click through. You can have a look at the account controls, Meta Verified, if that's something that later on that you want to look into. You can access your data pixel from here as well. So if I just click through onto that, you'll see here that I have a pixel and that it is active. You can even go through to Events Manager over here, which you can then manage your data set and your pixel from here. But again, back over to the left, you've got billing and payment, and that is just showing you how much you have spent on your advertising so far and the account in which your money is coming out from. So again, you can go in and you can edit these details if you need to. And you've got the option to go back to all tools down here, but what we're going to do now is go up to campaigns. So it's the second one down in the menu. And this is where you will find your ad campaign. So your page might not look like this, and that's absolutely fine. I've got quite a few ads that I've had on here for quite a while now. You can have a look through your ads. As I said before, I've got a few that I've got in draft at the moment, ready to set free. You have the option here to turn your ads off and on. And you have a menu across the top here, which is what we're going to be focusing on now. So if you were to click on an ad, I have the option here, I can duplicate this ad. Now, duplicating basically means that your ad is just copied. And one of the reasons why you might want to duplicate an ad is if you want to keep all the settings similar, but maybe just tweak a couple of things. So instead of tweaking the original ad, you want to go ahead and duplicate that ad, and then you can just change a few of the settings, whether it's on the ad set or whether it's to do with your audience or with your ad visual. You can alter these things without affecting the original ad. You have the option for editing. So say, for example, your campaign spending limit. You have the option here to delete an ad. Now you can see that I've got many campaigns on my screen here. And what we advise is that you don't delete your ads entirely. Just turn your ad off. Once you are done with it, just switch it off, but leave it there just in case you need to return to the audience, you need to return to something in the ad set. Then it's just quick and easy for you to go back. Once you've deleted your ad, then it's gone. So try not to get into the habit of deleting. You don't want to delete your ad. Now, if I just untick here, you'll see that there's this option here, this A/B test. Now, we don't tend to use this when we do split testing. This is a similar thing with split testing, but we go through and we manually split test our ads. So this isn't anything that you need to click on. But what I do want to focus on is just this drop down here, and this is for your columns. So if we just go onto the drop down, you can see that my default is to performance and clicks. Your default is most likely on performance. Okay, so what I want you to do is, if it is on performance, I want you to go ahead and click on performance and clicks. And once you click on this, you will see it says their default. So it automatically sets that setting as your default setting, which is what we want in this case. So every time you come on to your ads manager, it will default your columns to performance and clicks. If I scroll along to the different columns, it's just going to set this up in such a way that makes it easier for you to read your metrics and understand what's going on with your ad. And so you know where best to tweak if needed. Now, later on in your business journey, and again, as I said, in the School of Marketing, it will go into further detail where you can actually tailor your columns to suit best what it is that you want to read. So for example, as your business develops and you end up owning your sales funnel, you might want to set it in such a way where you are able to see the performance, the clicks, and the sales, for example. But again, that's something that you come to a little bit later on in this journey. For now, we just want default, performance, and clicks. And you can see up at the top here, you would have seen these whilst you were going through the training for creating your ads, that you've got the ad campaign, you've got the ad sets, and you've got the ads as well. So this just changes what we're seeing on the screen here, depending on which one you click on. And you'll see right over at the left, you've got the green button for create. And again, this is something that you have been through with setting up your ad training. So I won't go through all of this with you, but throughout the 6 weeks, you will be focusing on traffic, engagement, and leads. So the next thing I want to do with you is go back over to your All Tools menu. Now, your All Tools menu looks a little bit different depending on where you are in Meta Business, okay? And this can get a little bit confusing, but once you understand that the All Tools, it has everything in it, it just looks slightly different each time. So whereas on the page before, we went to All Tools, if I just flip back, and we had here in Advertise, we went on to Ads Manager there. If I go back to Ads Manager now, when I click on All Tools, it looks slightly different because Ads Manager is now up here, okay? So Meta Business is just trying to make sure that you are paying attention as to where you are. Now from here, we're going to click onto Business Support Home. And if you are on your original page, as we first come into Meta Business, again on All Tools, it's in Manage, and again, it's Business Support Home, okay? So that is where we are going to. And in this settings here, I just first of all want you to make sure that you are in the right account. So you can see I'm on the right account here. I've got a few other accounts that I also access, but I just want this one for now. So this is my page. There's just a few details on there about my page. And if I go into account overview, it might throw you out to your personal account. So again, just make sure that you are in the right place. So I'll just change it to my business page. And you can see here the status of your ads. You can see if there are any ads rejected. At the moment, you can see that I have no ad rejections, which is a good thing. You can see information here about the data sources that you have access to. And what's going on if you have your Instagram account attached, if you have WhatsApp attached. It's just going to give you just a basic overview as to what's going on. Now, it's good to come and check these settings regularly just to see if there's anything flagging up on your account. Basically, you just want to make sure that you are friends with Facebook. And so the fact that there's no as rejected here is a good thing. If there is anything that's coming up as a bit of a red flag, it's going to be listed on this page here. And anything that you are unsure of, you are able to contact Meta Business Suite and just ask them questions if you need to ask them anything. If there's any irregular activity or anything that you are unsure of with your account. And this is pretty much the quality of your account. So again, you almost don't want too much to be listed on here. So if it's clean, it's going to be minimal. And that's the way that Meta want it. And that's the way that we most definitely want it for running our businesses. Okay, guys, so that is it for our walkthrough. Like I said, there is further detail on Meta Business and all of the different settings in the School of Marketing. But for now, this is all you need to know for creating your ad campaigns and getting everything organized so that you can best read the metrics and just, again, make sure that your account is nice and clean. And that's it. So I will see you in another training.